Everybody, welcome back to Sport Bike Menace. Today we're going to be changing out my tail light. I don't know if you can see, but the LEDs are going bad. I paid $25. This thing didn't even last, not even a year. So yeah, I'm changing it out. It's almost the same one as that one. This one has a little bit of more of a dark tint to it, but anyways, I changed these ones out before. Like again, I paid $25 for these, and this ones I found in Walmart for $89. So hopefully these ones last longer than a year at least. But yeah, we're gonna go through that now. You guys are gonna see me skip through the video of what to do step by step. But since I only got one hand and I don't got nobody recording, so I'm just gonna show you guys what I did. I mean, I can explain some right now. Get some of the tools. It's been a while since I did this job. But you got 10mm sockets that you got to take off up top. There's a lot of push pins that you got to take off, and in the very bottom there's more push pins that you got to take off. And then all this stuff comes off assembly wise. Now these tail lights have the turn signals integrated, so you can hook it up. You don't have to. You can just use a connector to connect it to your turn signals. I did. And I'll show that how I did it. But again, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Like, you can just these extra wires right here, the blue and the yellow, you can just cut them off and not even use them, and just use your regular brake light. But yeah, when we come back, you'll see some of the stuff disassembled and how I did it. All right, we'll be back. All right, guys, we're back. So we already took some of the push pins out. There's 4 up top, and what tool you should use is a flathead. And what you're going to use is just the corner tip of it, just a little tip on the edge, and you'll compress them down, and then you can use your finger to push up, or you can try to like fit this underneath and then pry up, and it should come off. Then this has a 10mm screws there. Those already came off. And then so that's done. Now we're going to work on the bottom. We'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back. So there is 1, 2, 3. So there's going to be 6 of them that you got to take off. And these are the push pins. So I don't know if you can see, there's one there, one there, and one over there. The same thing with the other side. Now when we come back, we're just going to have to just disassemble it by hands, really. Just take it apart. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, I lied, I'm sorry. So there was 2 more under the seat. And take the seat off. And there's screws right here that you got to take the seat off. The reason why you want to take all that off is because now you can disassemble it. Now it's free to come off. There's also a little clip right here that's hopefully the sun will let me. I don't know if you can see that little nipple there. That's gonna hold this together. Ooh. And there you go. Now it's apart. Now you can just leave it there hanging and do the same thing to the other side. And then when you got both sides off, so like, I don't know if you can see, that one's hanging there, this one's hanging on this side. So this is going to come off as one piece. So you're just going to pull towards the back, and now it's all coming off. So yeah, just do that. And then that it should slide out of the pocket. But again, I haven't, I'm lying. I need a screwdriver and take those out there. It's just about, looks like 4 screwdrivers, or 4 screws that you're gonna need to take out. So we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So I kind of got a little too far ahead. So when we took those screws, alright, so there's 2 screws here. And those 2 screws go in the back of the brake. Oh, I don't know if you can see. So there's a screw that goes in there, and there's a screw that goes in there. So what I did, it's going to be a pain in the butt. You can take these off and it'll make your job easier, but my screwdriver is too long. So what I did, I just push this forward as much as possible so where it can let me wiggle this out. And then there's going to be Velcro. Now these Velcros you got to put back in its location so it can Velcro to the back of that. And then I already got it too far ahead, and I already took out the ones that I did for the side mirror, for the side turn signals, which I'm gonna show right now. So I use these type of connectors and I already took out the other ones. I'm gonna see if I can reuse these ones. So there's from your right and left. Now you're gonna have to try to figure out which one is the cables you need to make your turn signal work. I got lucky and I got the right ones to work. But yeah, the bad thing is, okay, well this one is just, the one on the right side is all black with no stripes. So the other one is black and white, and the same thing with this one. It's just pure black, no black stripes. So if you want to do your turn signals, connect it to the black wire. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So you got to put those screws back in. Remember I was telling you that you had to push it up, so this to push up so you can pull this out. So you'll bring that back down, and then you put your screws in. And there's guiding pins that you can guide it. Now, because this is a tough material to screw in, you're gonna have to press really hard. It's gonna seem like you're stripping it, but it's just you're cutting into the plastic, so it's not a big deal. Make sure you tighten it completely, because you don't want this vibrating. I mean, if you do, that's on you, but. And then make sure you put those Velcros back into place. I don't know, you can kind of see it in there. But yeah, I mean, that's it for that part. And then we'll have to put everything back together. And I already got the wires ready to put the turn signals. And another tool that you're gonna need is one of those for the wire splicer and wire cutters. And then basically right now it's just we're gonna put some of this stuff back together. And so you don't have this dangling, you can push them back into those push pins part of it, whatever you call those, and it will stay still while you get everything together. But we'll be right back and at least show, I don't know, see how I can show you guys to put this back together. All right, we're back. Before you start putting anything back together, right, you gotta do the wires, all that stuff. Do that first if you're going to do the turn signal. If you don't want to do the turn signal, like I said, you can just cut those wires completely off or leave them in their bungee thing. I would just cut them off so they're not in the way, but I'm gonna show you that they do work. You gotta check first, make sure that they're working, so you can see that they are flashing. Same thing with the other side, I'll show you that now. Oh, and then I still have my regular turn signal still working. See, it's still working. You can see that's still working. So now that those, I know all the stuff is working, I can just bundle everything back up and show you guys how I did that. All right, so we put this back on. I already got the screws in. The way it's gonna go, it's gonna fit, like it's gonna slide inwards that way. You want to do this piece first before you do anything else. I just have this in there so they're not like dangling down and dangling by the wires. You can tuck these wires however you want. They're going to be hidden anyways once you put this stuff back on. There's these little hooks that bend. You can tuck it in there. There's two on both sides, and you got to be careful those are not in the way, those hooks, because if those hooks are in the way, it's not going to let you bring this in, like to fit it in place. And then as you're trying to guide it up, these, you got to guide up to where like these line up, and then it looks like that. And then when we come back, I'll show you how I put these ones in. You want to lead with this part going in first. There's a little slide in there. The camera's not going to pick it up. Yeah, so lead in through that and then put all the push pins back in. Alright, so putting all the final pieces back together. So remember, you're going to want to lead with that piece in first. And then the piece that's in here goes tucked towards the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, is in the bottom. So that piece goes underneath. This one goes on top. So it's going to fit like that. And then remember how this is going to go. Remember, this is like a puzzle, so it gets tucked like that. So all your push pins goes back in place. Now I did mine together to make sure that everything is fitting right before I start doing all that. All the push pins are the same size also. Just basically just push them all back in. You just tuck your wires in to make them look better before, you know, you finally push the push pins back. Now again, make sure, since I moved this, you can see now it's not even. So now I gotta now it's even. Now make sure you guys don't break none of the clips or anything, because once you break stuff, it's not gonna go back together. You're gonna have to order new stuff, and don't lose your push pins either. So yeah guys, I'm not going to show the rest of it because all it is just pushing all your push pins back, and that's it. And then put your seat back on and you're good to ride. So everybody, subscribe to the channel, put a comment, put a like. I'll catch you guys on the next video.